Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Okay, I really appreciate y'all being here. Okay, so check it out. Today we're gonna be diving into like something every content creator kind of needs to know. It's the internet algorithms. So listen, whether you're like dropping bars, or you're doing vlogs or tutorials, but just knowing how the algorithm works can be the game changer for you and your content's reach. So, all right, y'all ready to get into it? All right, so let's get into it. All right. So number one is engagement is everything, okay? Check it out. Tap in. You know what I mean? We're watching these things on purpose. We're watching these clips on purpose on the side because these are the best moments. So engagement is everything. First up, platforms like YouTube, which I'm on right now, Instagram, TikTok, and we're also on we're also on Twitch, right? They get people talking, right? They prioritize content that get people talking, right? So that means like likes and comments and shares, right? Like I'm trying to get my likes and comments up. I want y'all to engage with this. I want y'all to talk to me. Like I gotta do a better job of watching my comments on YouTube. I'm watching it right now, but there's not a lot of comments. You know what I'm saying? But they do that. You know what I'm saying? Also, like the more your audience interacts, the more algorithm pushes your content. So don't just post, like engage, ask questions, encourage like comments, and create content that sparks a conversation. So that's why we talk about algorithms right now, right? So like, do you guys think you guys know the algorithm? Do you know the algorithm? Because I really don't. I'm learning the algorithm. It's crazy. So here's number two. Consistency builds trust. So I'm doing my best to be consistent. As you can see, I've been posting a lot lately. You know what I'm saying? I post a lot lately because I'm in here, and if I have any downtime, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm streaming. And I'm coming up with some kind of content to let y'all know what's going on. You know what I mean? Algorithms favor creators who post regularly. It's like feeding a beast. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I mean? If you keep feeding the beast, he's gonna like you. He ain't gonna eat you. You know what I'm saying? Which eating you means like nobody's looking at your shit. You know what I'm saying? So keep it hungry for your content. You know what I mean? Keep the algorithm hungry for your content. You know what I mean? That means you gotta keep posting. It's gonna be like, yeah, keep giving me, and then I'll keep rewarding you. You know what I mean? So you gotta set a schedule, whether it's daily, weekly, or bi-weekly. Just stick to it. Me, I gotta stick to a schedule. Like I post constantly, but I don't have a schedule, so I'm just posting when I post. But I try to keep it like within like a week. You know what I mean? But your audience and the algorithm will start to expect and look forward to your content. So that's why I'm posting constantly. Like I remember, like I watched DJ Academics, and I would just always look for his thing. He wouldn't have a schedule, but he would post whenever something happened. So whenever something happened, I'd make sure I look at his schedule. Me, I'm almost like that. You know what I'm saying? I'll post whenever something's happening, whenever I got something happening. That's why you gotta like make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Facts. So here's number three. You gotta know your platform. You understand this? So like YouTube, I am definitely still learning, but I've definitely been rewarded, because if you look at my shorts get a lot of love. You know what I'm saying? My lives don't really get too much love yet, but they are starting to, as like my audience starts to grow, right? So you gotta know your platform, because each social media platform has its own algorithm quirks. You know what I mean? Quirks is the word. So for instance, TikTok, for you page, right? It thrives on watching time and user interaction, while Instagram just loves reels, right? They love your stories and trailer content. Not trailer content, but you should tailor your content to the platform's preference, right? Maximize your visibility. Yes, that's what you need to do. All right? Y'all following me? All right. So I'm going to go to number 4, and then after number 4, before I get to number 5, I'm going to do a recap. Did you keep up with that? I hope you did. That's what we're going to do. So number 4 is experiment with new features. Because you know what? Like I almost feel like it's almost like you got to experiment with AI and different cool things that's going on, right? Like experiment with new features. Social media platforms, they like often roll out new tools, right? Like, you know, like new things that they working on. So like YouTube Shorts, Instagram's latest filters, right? So if you try to adopt these things, it'll give you visibility and boost your platforms. Like presence, right? So like don't be afraid to just try something new and just maybe use what they got going on just for your platform. You know what I mean? Like when you got a brand, you can stick to your brand, but while you're building, you should definitely be trying flexible, be flexible for your content, and let your content, you know, let the people decide what they want. You might want to try something new here or there. All right, so that was number 4. Before I get to number 5, which is analyzing and adapting, which is what I kind of talked about, I'm going to give it like a quick recap. I'm just going to talk about the bullet points, though. So number 1 was engagement is everything. That's what we talk about, you know, keeping your people engaged. You know what I'm saying? You got to know where to post, all that stuff. Number 2 is consistency is key, and it builds trust, right? So you be consistent with your posting. You post here and there. It's not going to work, but you post all the time, every week. People are going to know that they can go back and find your content. Number 3 is know your platform. So, like, since I'm, like, on YouTube and I'm on Twitch, I know that, okay, those are what I'm working with. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? If I was working with Instagram only, which is great, I just feel like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It just depends on whatever platform you're working with. But I might want to do Instagram too. I'm going to work on that. Anyway, number 4 was experiment with new features, whatever features they got, filters, stuff like that, voices, like trends. Experiment, all right? And here, we made it to number 5, man. Thank y'all for making it to number 5. Make sure I hit that like, subscribe, and share because y'all made it to number 5, all right? And the last one is finally analyze and adapt. So you got to use your analytics. You know what I mean? Everybody got analytics if you have any kind of platform. And you should have some kind of analytics to tell you how you're doing and like what is your best kind of post, all that stuff. So use those analytics to see what's working and what's not. So pay attention to those metrics like the like watch time, right? That's like a great metric to be like, okay, people only watch my joint for like 30 seconds and people only watch my joint for like 15 seconds, these kind of videos. And these videos, people watch the whole stuff. So you gotta make sure that you watch stuff like watch time, click-through rates, audience retention, stuff like that, right? So this is like really golden data. You know what I mean? It tells you like your analytics really tell you what's going on. You know what I mean? The audience loves what they love, and you gotta like adapt to that. You gotta like push it to them. All right. So in conclusion, all right, that's pretty much a rundown with the internet algorithms. I'm not against them. You know what I mean? You have to, you know what I mean? I wish everybody got a fair shot, but the algorithms give you a fair shot when you follow its rules. At the end of the day, it is what it is, man. I don't know what we could do about that. But, you know what I mean? It's all about engagement, consistency, platform knowledge, experimentation, and analytics, right? Analysis, you know what I mean? So you got to apply all these principles, and then you'll see your content reach new heights, right? So before the wrap up, drop a comment below with your biggest takeaway from today's stream, right? Tell me what you took away from this after you watched this. I really would appreciate that. And if you found this helpful, please give it a like, share it with your fellow creators. Stay tuned for more insights, behind the scenes, and looks into the world of content creation. All right? Until next time, it's ALLRHYMES. Is this thing on? I think it is. Keep creating and keep rising in peace. We're going to end this